Hello and welcome to the short reflections on the readings for the 22nd of August, the 21st Sunday of the year. In this Sunday's Gospel, we return to the Bread of Life discourse in chapter 6 to St. John. Jesus has just told those listening to him that he is the bread of life come down from heaven. We are told that some in his audience found this intolerable language. They cannot take it, and they have left him. This in turn leads Jesus to speak about faith, about what it takes to have faith. His words, he says, are spirit and they are life. To believe in them and to have faith in him is the gift of the Father. Men and women need to be open to receive this gift, prepared to have their assumptions challenged. Peter Edmonds suggests in his commentary that this gives us a glimpse into John's community of disciples after the resurrection. Some found the teaching about the Eucharist being an encounter with Jesus in which they are fed on his body and blood impossible to take, and they left the community. This Sunday's reading ends with John's version of Peter's profession of faith. After some had left him, Jesus turns to his disciples and asks, "Will you too go away?" Peter then replies, "Lord, who shall we go to? You have the message of eternal life, and we believe, we know that you are the Holy One of God." Peter commits himself to Jesus. The first reading from the book of Joshua reminds us of how, after their crossing of the river Jordan and their entry into the promised land, the people of Israel committed themselves to the Lord at Shechem. They made a covenant with their God. We have no intention of deserting the Lord our God. Whatever happened, they would not desert him. He would not desert them. In the second reading from St. Paul's letter to the Ephesians, the relationship of Christ to his church is compared with the relationship of a husband to his wife. It is that personal, that close, that intimate, and that committed. These readings offer us plenty to think about. We can remember that our belief in the real presence of Christ in the Eucharist stretches back to the very first communities of disciples after the resurrection and indeed to Jesus himself. We can ponder the words of Peter, "Lord, who else shall we go to? You have the message of eternal life," and make them our own. We can be thankful that God in Jesus has made a covenant with us. He is on our side, deeply on our side. And may we never lose our sense of wonder that relationship which Jesus has with his church is indeed like the relationship of a husband to his wife, personal, close, intimate, and committed. Thank you.